Hey there, folks. My name is Noms. Welcome back to a brand new episode of my daily bi-daily single-player Minecraft series. Today, we're going to be working on the door. So some background first. If you weren't already aware, last night I began my foray into the streaming communities, my daily streams or nightly streams, nightly with Noms. I think by the time this episode is up, there should be the first episode of Nightly with Noms, which is just kind of the full stream condensed down to a shorter video, kind of like highlights, but a little bit more so. So if you were interested in seeing that, I should have one from the past two streams that I've done. One of which was an official nightly Noms stream. The other one was not official anything. Anyway, what we did last night was pretty fantastic, though. We went off for an adventure. We collected a whole bunch of fantastic stuff. We got a bunch of clay, got a bunch of building done here. We got sticky pistons finally from whatchamacallits. So we got a lot of stuff done. Not quite as much as we probably should have, because I ended up not collecting quite as much sand as I really needed to get, unfortunately. So we're still low on building materials. However, we're going to be using some actual sand, I think, if I have some hanging around. For this door, which is going to be a lot less cool than I originally anticipated. Now, the reason for this is something I will explain momentarily. It'll be a bit easier to show you. I have no more sand, I guess. I have to go dig up some more sand. That's kind of frustrating. We'll take a nap or two first, just so that we don't get destroyed by the fiends that surround our encampment. Okay, we're good. We are good. So, why is the door not going to be as cool as I initially planned? Very simply, because we don't have enough space. And I'm not positive of this. But I did some testing around in creative, and I didn't really look for any tutorials. Ultimately, I didn't use any tutorials because I'm not a huge fan of using tutorials for redstone stuff on my channel. At least not when I'm recording, because it's more fun for me to try to derp it around, kind of like that stuff, where it's really not done very well. Absolutely not. I'm not going to pretend that it is, but it is my design, so I generally try to stick with that. But you know, depending on what the project is, I can't always do so. But I don't think, no matter what design I use, I have enough space to use a piston door that would require, sticky pistons everywhere, like 4 up here and 4 down there, etc. Just because of all the redstone would need to do that, I would need to rebuild the entire front of my house, which I don't want to do. So instead, I think this idea might be better anyway. We're going to be making a more simplistic version of the door, which would just be using gravity and sand. The way this will work is, instead of it being based on pulling the door down and up at the same time, I'll just be focusing on pulling the door down, and sand and or gravel, whichever one looks better, will fall down and reveal the house, which is, not going to lie, not really what I wanted to do ultimately. But again, I kind of ran out of options without redesigning my entire base, which I really do not want to do. Really not my interest there, because I already got that. It looks good for the most part for that front. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. We got some stuff done here too, as you can see. Not a whole lot, but we might have enough bricks now to, nowhere near. I'm just crazy. Nowhere near. Just to kind of finish this up. So yeah, last night's stream went very well indeed. So if you're interested in streams, or streams by me, or both ideally, definitely check that out. Last night we streamed Minecraft, but for tonight we're not going to be streaming Minecraft. A little heads up, by the way. I'm not sure what we will be streaming, but we'll be streaming something else. If you don't already, I would recommend following me on my Twitter page, as well as Twitch. That way you can keep up with what I'm streaming, and all that information too. And this farm is now working properly, I think. I mean, I don't know, actually, to be honest. I haven't quite witnessed it, but this part's not working. But I think it's because it needs this, honestly. I guess we'll... Oh, no, I bet I know why. I would wager I didn't put the water back in here. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Then I really don't know why. Oh, well, whatever. I figured I just, forgot to put it in like an idiot. Well, whatever. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We'll figure that out eventually. We kind of added some protection because we had a little bit of an accident post-stream last night with an exploding creeper. That was not fun. Anyways, so back to business. We gotta do some cleanup pretty soon because this was not built properly. It's okay. We can live with that, I suppose, right? Maybe. Now we just gotta clean this up a little bit because it looks pretty derpy. Where'd you go? Oh, I gotta pick you up first. Did I just break? There it is. Okay, I was so confused. It escaped my vision. So, anyways, so yes, that is our plan, which we'll have to try out with gravel first, because gravel and sand and red sand are the 3 types of sand, are blocks in this game that are affected by gravity, and only those 3. Now, if you're wondering about this and you haven't seen this, we did this on our stream last night too. And no, don't worry, I'm not going to be using the polished diorite in this extent. I think what I'll end up doing is something like this. Not exactly sure yet. I haven't quite figured it out. I may not keep these blocks all diorite too. I might make those polished andesite, but I do want to use this block in the middle. I think it was a little bit more wood, or dark oak wood than I was originally planning to use. Oopsies. But I do like it, you know. I do like it. We'll take a peekaroo and see if this looks as good as I think it will from afar. I think it will look pretty good afar. Yeah, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Not perfect. We might want to tie in some oak somehow, but that looks a lot better. Like this one here would be our goal. Not something we can obtain, or attain rather, right now, since we haven't got enough other stuff. But we'll probably change some of these, all but this one, to a gray block like stone brick, I think. But anyways, so the door. First, we need to get that gravel. It'll probably end up being sand ultimately, as I mentioned. But since I don't have any, I can't really use that. It's kind of a bummer, and I might end up figuring something else out to do instead, because it's not quite as fancy as I had wanted originally. Oh, wait a second. I don't even know how to do this. That's interesting. I just realized I can't even do this, can I? Yeah, because that doesn't work. This is more complex than I anticipated, so maybe we won't do a door at all. Maybe instead we'll do... I just realized, like, I don't know why I thought that would work. I'm an idiot. Because, but I for whatever reason, I imagined that those blocks would just both sink down far enough without using the pistons to push it up. But what I would have to do is have pistons like here, which would pull these pistons down. I push these pistons up, and then push more pistons up, like a second layer. And that's... I could do that, but I got a better idea, actually. It's a lot better. Maybe like a water entrance. Might turn out derpy. Might be cool. You never really know. Besides, not much of this building is going to be set in stone either, as I've mentioned in the past. It's just kind of me experimenting with some different concepts. This would definitely be a quintessential experiment. Easily. That should not create any messes. We need 2 pistons, or maybe just 1 piston. Probably 2 though, to be honest. And we need to dig upwards. And it would have to take this out entirely. So we would need to do a little bit of redesigning. That's okay with a little bit. I'm happy with that. I think a water door would be the coolest way to go, actually. So, the way this will work is... how? That's a good question, actually. Well, let's focus with these. My guess would be... whoopsies, I did not want to fall off. Not at all, actually. I would wager... great, no mess made there. That's not what I wanted, though, because... no, I don't want that. I need another bucket. I thought I brought my second bucket. I thought I saw a second bucket. I don't know. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm just breaking everything and ruining all my plans. I can't make 3 different doors, and then I just ruined everything. There was a second bucket, I'm just a fool. We could use a dispenser, I guess, to do this. But it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Like, ultimately, whether I use a dispenser or pistons, both would work. I'll probably end up going with the dispenser, though, because the dispenser would make less noise. That's a fact. Why is this even here? It doesn't even match. Doesn't even match. The wood goes there, yes. And then 1, 2. Then like, okay, I guess we gotta get more. I thought that would work without having for me to have to get more, but I'd have to like not have to do this. Just don't be an idiot, Noms. Be smart. Be smart, Noms. I can reach it. I can make infinite water from it. Just clever. Sorry, I haven't had my full cup of coffee yet. Just saying. Just saying. We can do it here. With a shovel, even. 1, 2. No, 2. Yes. Like that. Like that. Look at all the water. All the water we need. Every little bit. One more item we actually were lucky enough to collect last night in our little adventures was a some lily pads. And if you don't know what those are for, they're pretty self-explanatory, I would imagine. Nothing fancy here in Minecraft for our lily pads, just same old, same old. They, you place them in the ground, you can walk on water, essentially. It makes you kind of like the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. No, but honestly, they're pretty cool. They're a really neat item for decorative properties. Okay, so we got this. That looks pretty cool. I mean, this looks messy, but if you just like looked this way, it looks pretty neat. I could even do lava, but that would like burn this, so I don't think I want to do that. That would just be dangerous all around. This would still prevent monsters from getting inside, which is partially what the whole door thing is for, anyways. I mean, so I think dispensers would probably be the best way to go with this, wouldn't it? No, they wouldn't, actually, because if I am not mistaken, I can't make them, can I? I would wager that I am unable to make dispensers. Because I only have 1 string. Right? Yeah, I can't even make them. One thing we would have to plan out kind of sneaky like is floor here. Because obviously this has to fall down so that it doesn't just ruin everything. I know it doesn't. I'm an idiot. That's very simple. I just need some signs. Or ladders or a quote-unquote transparent block. I hope. It might make a mess, but it shouldn't. Will it? Okay, so I figured this shit out. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't do anything I just did, ever. And never look at me as a example for redstone. I mean, if you watch my videos, you really should know. You really should do that. Should not do any exampling getting, I guess, from me ever. But especially not redstone, because I'm an idiot. And I didn't think of this at all. It took me like an hour. Not an hour. It took me a lot longer than I anticipated, though, to make this work. And it's not finished yet, but it's okay. So, the way this is going to work, I think, is like this. We're going to put a layer of blocks above these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And cover that with a redstone. That should operate, right? Well, I gotta power it first. I guess I need to extend the redstone out. Redstone, then power that. And that equals no water. That doesn't belong there. No water, good. And it's still up here, so if I don't power that. And that's pretty much everything right there, right? Yeah. See what I mean? It took me, I spent so much time trying to figure out a complex, clever design for this, and like it really didn't need one at all. It's really not that hard. So you don't even need sticky pistons, you just need some kind of piston. And it'd be better off to use the block I mentioned before, the dispenser to use this. I'm sorry, dispenser. But I don't have the string to do that, so I can't use a dispenser, which is why I'm not. Just saying. Normally I would use a dispenser instead. Be a lot easier. But this came out pretty good. All we need now is just some, I guess I'm not sure how I want to activate it. Probably by button. I would guess, right? That'd probably be the safest way to do this. So, where would be a good place for a button? Right here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we can do that. Put redstone, but put a torch there. And like that. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm not good at this part. I'm really not. I'm not good at most of this, actually, to be honest. That lights that up. That does not light up the other thing. Torch there. Torch there. Nope, that's not long enough. Well, I guess I'll just add some repeaters. This should be fine, I think, right? Because, yeah, that's good. And then just repeat. 1, 2. Keep going with repeaters. And 2 more repeaters. That should be enough time, right? I think. Didn't even work that time. No, that didn't work. I don't know. We're gonna figure the repeater part out, but that's the door. And I'll have this figured out by next episode. Don't worry about it. I'm already way out of over time, and I don't want to edit out too much silence this episode. So this was Redstone Failure, the movie, and I'll see you guys in the next video that I make.